I am glad that my wife's ex cheated on her. She was sitting on the floor of our apartment building's laundry room at midnight, surrounded by garbage bags full of clothes. I almost walked past her, almost. But something about the way she was staring at the dryer, like it owed her an explanation, made me stop. I asked if she was okay. She said she was fine. She was very obviously not fine. Her eyes were dry, which somehow made it worse. Like she'd already used up every tear she had and was just running on fumes now. She had this blank, exhausted look on her face that I recognized immediately because I'd worn that same look for most of my 20s. She told me what happened in short, flat sentences. Found out 2 hours earlier. Caught him in their apartment with someone she'd known since high school. Not just some stranger, her best friend. The kind of betrayal that hits twice because you lose two people at once. He didn't apologize. Didn't stumble over his words or show a single second of guilt. Just told her the lease was in his name and she needed to be out by morning. So there she was. Midnight. Laundry room. 3 garbage bags and a box of shoes. I told her she could crash on my couch. Just for the night, we both said. She stayed 3 days because she had nowhere to go, and I didn't push her to leave. My place wasn't much. A 1-bedroom with a couch that had seen better days and a kitchen that was basically just a microwave and good intentions. But it was warm and it was safe, and I think that's what she needed more than anything. By day 2, we'd burned through 2 full seasons of some cooking competition show neither of us had ever heard of before. We'd order takeout and argue about which contestants deserved to go home, and somehow that turned into real conversation. She told me about her family. I told her about mine. Not the surface stuff people share when they're being polite. The actual stuff. The hard stuff. By day 3, she'd reorganized my entire kitchen while I was at work, and I came home to labeled containers and a spice rack that made actual sense. I stood in the doorway for a second, just staring at it. I didn't even mind. It felt weirdly like something a person does when they're starting to feel comfortable somewhere. She found her own place about 2 weeks later, a small studio across town. I helped her move a few boxes. We exchanged numbers and said we'd grab coffee sometime, the way people do when they mean it but aren't sure it'll actually happen. It happened. Coffee turned into a standing Sunday thing. Sundays turned into weeknights. Weeknights turned into her calling me when something funny happened at work, and me calling her when I had a bad day and needed to talk to someone who actually listened. I want to be clear. I wasn't trying to be her rebound. I'd seen how people move too fast after something like that, and I wasn't going to be that guy. I genuinely just liked being around her. She was sharp and honest, and she laughed at things that were actually funny instead of just laughing to fill silence. She made me want to be more deliberate about everything. The way I talked, the way I showed up, the way I treated people. We were close friends for almost a full year before anything shifted, and when it did, it didn't feel like a dramatic moment. It felt like something that had already been true for a while, and we were just finally saying it out loud. I asked her out properly, nervous, stumbling over my words a little, the whole thing. She said yes, like it was obvious. We dated for 2 years, got engaged on a random Tuesday because neither of us cared about the grand gesture. We just both knew. Got married the following spring, small ceremony, people we actually loved. She's been my person in every sense of the word. When I decided to go back and finish my degree at 31, something I'd convinced myself I'd missed the window on, she didn't hesitate for a single second. She just asked what she could do to help. She proofread papers at 11 at night. She kept the apartment quiet when I had exams coming up. She believed in it like it was already done. I think about who I was before her sometimes, not in a dramatic way, just honestly. I was functional. I was fine, but I was also just kind of going through the motions, filling days without really building anything. I came from a family where love was conditional and loud and mostly painful, and I'd spent years in therapy learning how to trust that it could be something different. She's living proof that it can be. Anyway, it's late. She's asleep on the couch right now with the TV still on, completely out, and I'm standing in the hallway holding a card I just picked up from the pharmacy. It says, "Congratulations, Dad," on the front, because about an hour ago when she was in the bath, I went to throw something away and saw the corner of a box in the trash. She doesn't know I found it. She's been planning to tell me. I can tell. She's been a little quieter than usual in this specific way. That means she's sitting on something important, a little more careful, a little more watchful of my face when she thinks I'm not looking. I'm going to let her have the moment exactly the way she planned it. I'm going to act completely surprised. I'm going to mean every second of it, because honestly, even knowing, I'm still not ready for it. It's still going to knock the wind out of me in the best possible way. I'm going to frame that card, put it somewhere she'll find it later. And I think about that guy sometimes. The one who blew up her life without a second thought, who looked at what he had and decided it wasn't enough. I don't hate him. I probably should, but I don't. Because without that one catastrophically stupid decision, she never ends up in that laundry room. I never stop. We never have that first conversation. I never find out what it actually feels like to be loved by someone who chooses you completely every single day on purpose. So yeah, thank you, man. I mean that sincerely. You absolute idiot.